Professor Uzi Rabi, the Professor of Middle East Studies at the Tel Aviv University, you were talking today at the press club about the changing situation in the Middle East, as far as I understand. Could you tell us a bit about that, please?
Yes, what we try to do here is just to come up with some observations about what we call the changing Middle East. And what I emphasized is the new geopolitical map, which means actually that we have states like Syria and Iraq being evaporated, new power configurations, and on top of that, we tried to see actually how Iran is capitalizing on that kind of a situation in order to better its position in the Middle East and maybe to use that as a lever of influence in the negotiations with the West.
You say lever its position. In what way do you think Iran's doing that?
Well, it is well known that Iran has some strongholds in this changing Middle East. And let us make sure that we are on the same page saying that Beirut, Baghdad, Damascus, and now Sana'a in Yemen has become strongholds of Shiism, or let us say Iranian proxies are dictating the rhythm there. In my opinion, this is something with which Iran is bettering its position in the region and maybe use that also as kind of a lever in the negotiations, while saying implicitly maybe that it could fan the flame in no time in areas where it has a sort of an influence. What I'm trying to say is that Iran is getting kind of a stronghold on the other flank of the region, and one should take into account that these days there is kind of a new phenomenon in the Middle East called the Caliphate, Islamic State, a fierce rival of Iran. And basically Iran is trying to use that also as kind of a way by which to become a possible partner to the West. Being looked at as the lesser evil, Iran could definitely actually reap some benefits from that kind of a situation.
Do you feel that Iran being perceived as the lesser of two evils would actually be good? Would it be good for diplomacy? Would it be good for the chances of peace?
Well, first of all, Iran is the lesser evil, definitely, because the ultimate evil is ISIS. The problem with that is that the West is ready to buy that notion, which would make, let's have a deal with them. They are going to be much friendlier, a possible viable partner, and they're going to help us out in smashing or cracking down on ISIS. Here's the problem. Iran has its own agenda. Iran is not going to side fully or ultimately with one side, even if it is the West or other side in the Middle East. So basically, Iran has its own agenda, and it is going to functionally cooperate with the West only when its interest is going to be met by the Western one. In most cases, that won't happen. So this is a very limited cooperation, what I can see here.